Kingmaking 101. Exhibit A. Me to him. I feel a desire to receive a certain form of communication from you. Could you please let me know when is a convenient time for you to talk about this, my desire, together? The deal. If you are holding the overt feminine pole in your relationship with an alpha empire-building masculine man, you need to have mastery of two distinct communication principles. One, the capacity to regulate the gushing, volatile, molten, life-affirming river of your fabulous feminine emotionality. And two, overt, demonstrated, calibrated, intentional expressions of respect to and for your masculine alpha legacy-driven partner. Behind the scenes, you see, every time I want to share my high sensation feminine feelings, I do two things, both reflected in Exhibit A. One, I give him the data. I state very clearly, in my best attempt at non-swampy feminine lingo, the thing I want to share and or discuss. For example, I have a desire to receive a specific style of communication from you. Two, I make a mother trucking appointment. Could you please let me know a time that would be convenient for you to discuss this with me? This is standard operating procedure for me, and here's why. From a building intimacy, connection, and relational point of view, the second most important anatomical component of a male physiology is his brain. All human beings have this amazing bridge dividing the hemispheres of our brain into right and left called the corpus callosum. Anatomically, female brains have this delicate, slender little band separating the right and left hemispheres of our brain. So we shimmy back and forth with a hop, skip, and a jump, analytically thinking and our feelings all the long-lived day. All the live-long day. And because we can practically swoosh the two hemispheres together, it gives us this delightful superpower of being organically able to analyze our feelings. And then the piece de resistance, we talk about it, gushing and emoting, having all kinds of galactic revelations and evolutionary illumination, of which we, of course, generously provide forensic level of detail of all the feminine things that we make contact with in our non-stop velocity of sashaying back and forth between the hemispheres, delightfully sharing about all the special berries we gathered that day and placed into our magically never empty evolutionary lady basket. We are genius and magical, and Lord knows this can be exhausting to non-feminine creatures. Now here's where the plot thickens. Unlike our delicate, ladylike, wispy corpus callosum, male brains have this big, fat, gorgeous, thick corpus callosum. That means, unlike female brains, where we flow interhemispherically 24/7, male human beings and men have to intentionally make the trek from the go-to stomping grounds, which is the left hemisphere, driving perceptual qualities such as logic, objectivity, practicality, pragmatism, analysis, rationality, strategy, calculation, etc. To the right hemisphere, where we, as desire-fueled, effulgent, feminine essence beings, have a much higher likelihood of being attuned to, and therefore having our desires fulfilled. Men are radically left brain dominant. This is a massively important key for those of us who love men, potent masculine-driven beings, to understand in terms of powerfully crafting our communication to increase the odds of getting what we want in a way that is extremely respectful to men and their male brains. We now know that there are major deltas between male and female neurobiological reality. We also know that women female brains can feel and analyze the feelings in nearly real time, which dude brains, no matter how brilliant, simply cannot do without using massive superfluous amounts of cognitive resistance and resources. Not resistance. The exception, research is showing that left-handed men have more narrow corpus callosums, allowing more dual hemispheric access. Men and male brains are all up in the left hemisphere, which makes them genius at so many activities, including leadership, which to my lens is intrinsically male and masculine. Potent female leaders are as such because they have a powerful capacity to migrate to their masculine channel where tactical, strategic leadership is constellated. However, when hanging out in the left hemisphere, feelings, empathy, compassion, resonance, adoration, attunement, these are essentially nowhere to be found. All those relational cornerstones are found in the right hemisphere, separated by a T-Rex steak of corpus callosum. So, because I am a woman who loves getting what she wants and is trained to have developed a bit of a penchant for neuroscience, I have studied men from the inside out. My own superpower is constructing real-life situations that are codified in deep respect and honor of the masculine, and simultaneously increasing my chances of receiving the outcome that I desire. Returning to Exhibit A. I provide my male brain beloveds with clear, non-fluffy, non-swampy feminine data, often tricky in and of itself if you are anything like me. 2. I knock. I literally request to make an appointment at a time that is convenient for him to discuss my feminine longing, desire, kerfuffle, hunger, whatever have you. This dual-pronged approach, which is always sequential and stacked precisely as in Exhibit A, creates a powerful listening and gives their fabulous dude brain time to trek from their left brain hunting grounds to the right brain where my chances of being met, received, adored, said yes to are radically increased. You see, when we approach our men, our lovers with anatomically male brains in such a way, they perceive incoming, feminine essence being with desire. And automagically, their awareness climbs over the corpus callosum moat into the right hemisphere, which is exactly where I want his awareness and thinking function to be temporarily positioned. I realize this is spoken in a playful tone, but this level of relational consciousness is straight up extreme sport. When you say these words, could you let me know a time that is convenient for you to discuss this with me? While you are frothing and too messed out of your mind, you need to be prepared and able to regulate your own system. When he says, I'm available after the market closes today at 4 p.m. and it's 7:42 in the morning. Or, let's talk about when I get back from New York on Thursday and it's Tuesday afternoon. You need to be able to hold yourself in a regulated way. No resentment. No passive-aggressive counter-swipes. No power play side comment, blah, blah. You asked. He gave you the answer, and now you need to respect it. It is always the queen that makes the king, and the willingness of the feminine to demonstrate her capacity to regulate and show signs of respect beyond what may be comfortable for her to do in the moment is the difference between a princess and a queen. Respectfully holding the potency of the alpha king warrior frequency in the utmost respect and honor. You got this, ladies. Go get 'em.